Good morning, students. So today we are going to start with a new chapter. The name of this chapter is Advanced Formatting in MS Word. The previous chapter which we finished was computer viruses. I've explained all the things, what you need to do, what are the different kind of viruses. Along with I've also shown you one small video from the YouTube in order to explain you what is a virus in a very simple term. So for your homework, you need to do all the back-end question answers along with fill in the blanks and true and false and submit in the group. Okay. So let us start with this chapter. So before we start formatting in MS Word, the most of you have heard, around 80% of you have heard what is an MS Word, but even for 20% of the students, I want to explain them again. So what is a MS Word? The MS Word or a Microsoft Word is a graphical word processing program that users can type with. It is made by a computer company called Microsoft. Its purpose is to allow users to type and save documents and similar to other word processors. It is a helpful tool to make documents. So in word processing softwares, what you do is you type your text. It may be an essay, you write a book or an application or any kind of text that you want, or you can even design some invitation cards, something like that in your word processing software. So MS Word is also one of the word processing software and is owned by a company called Microsoft. Okay. And in word processing software, not only you can type your text, but also you can design your text and you can save it for later use. So that is your MS Word. Now, what is MS Word used for? Now, MS Word is a very popular word processing program used primarily for creating documents such as letters, brochures, learning activities, tests, quiz, and students' homework assignments. There are many simple but useful features available in Microsoft Word to make easier for study and work. Now, most of you have used MS Word, so it is not so much of confusion for you when somebody asks you why do you use Microsoft Word. So, but even in order to explain you things, through Microsoft Word, mostly around 100% of the people, not 100%, but around 90% of the people, they assume that Microsoft Word, you can only type your text or you can write something over there. But along with that, you can also create brochures. Now, brochures are just like invitation cards, okay? And there can be a learning activities also in which you can create something new out of it, okay? You can create templates or you can design templates over this. You can also make a inner software inside Microsoft Word itself. Now, these are very high-end or high programming when it comes to an MS Word. You do not need to learn those things, okay? And you can also make some for you, I can make some homework activities in MS Word also. I can give you certain questions to that, and using certain programming, I can make certain time to that, saying that, okay, within this particular time limit, you need to submit a particular homework. I can do all those things in MS Word. You do not find these kind of features in earlier MS Word like MS Word 2007 or before that, but mostly you are going to find this kind of features from MS Word, which is of 2010 and there onwards, okay? So this is mostly you can use it. For your sake, let's assume that Microsoft Word are mainly used for your letters, for your text and everything, a paragraph or whatever you want to type it, and especially for designing certain brochures or invitation cards or any kind of things that you want to design it. You can also do it in MS Word. And recently MS Word has also produced one of the features called mailing, through which you can do a mail merge through by sending to around 10 people the same invitation letters or same applications to 10 people, but using their names instead of like we need to write each other name each and every time whenever we are sending invitations. The MS Word has this certain tool through which we can do this kind of things automatically. It does for you, automatically changes the names for you automatically and changes the addresses of that particular recipient automatically. We can also do these things by a tool called your mail merge, which is also found to be in your MS Word, okay? Now I want you all to write down this in your copies. Now, what kind of files can MS Word read? The earlier, when MS Word was first introduced, it only used to read .doc, .docm, okay? It only used to read these two files. But right now, the latest versions which came after 2010, it also started to read .docx, okay? And along with .docx, it can also read .dotm and .dotx. Along with that, it can also read HTML and HTM and is HT and MHTML. Now this MHT and MHTML are manipulated hypertext markup languages which are used to create HTML pages. Okay, and there is .dot which are an encrypted files, not an encrypted files, so they are very private files, and these private files can also be read by your Microsoft Word. But before you read this kind of files, the person who is sending you the file also should send you certain authorization that only you can preview this file, others they can't. Sorry. So everyone knows it can also read a PDF file, which is a portable document format, and there is a .rtf which is a for print, and .txt which is a text file, WPS which is an you can also, there is another word processing file, and XPS and XML files. These are a type of HTML files, but in HTML we can only mix websites, but in your XHTML and your XPS we can also transfer data within a particular website. Okay, so these are kinds of files that the MS Word can read, and we can use these files inside your MS Word also. Now when it comes to features and advantages of MS Word, now this is very easy. In MS Word the typing becomes really easy. You can save your document, you can do all those editing, removing, applying text. There's also a feature of spelling check. Okay, you can change the styles, you can change all those things. I'll show you, by the way, in order in your MS Word. And there is bullets and numbering also, which I'm going to show you. There's a headers and footers, and you can create table also, and you can insert shapes and your pictures also. Okay, and when it comes to an advantage of using an MS Word, MS Word has a very good quality of text as compared to any other word processing software, and the storage of text, it compresses so much that even if you write around 400 pages, it won't take much of your size. And time saving is very much essential in today's date. So MS Word is going to save a lot of time, especially when it comes to your spelling check features and everything. And it's not only check spellings, but it also gives you alternative word solutions in order to use in your text, so that there is no any grammatical errors also. And when it comes to security, the security is one of the most highest priority. So MS Word files are very less chances of getting hacked or someone tries to steal it. If you put a certain security on it, no one is able to read it without your permissions. So these are the features and the advantages of MS Word. If you want to write it in your copy, it's your wish, but as I'm saying, this is one of the most important, so it is better you write it on your copies. Okay, now what does formatting mean? Because in this particular chapter we are going to read, or we are going to understand, or we are going to see how the formatting can be done in MS Word. But before we do any kind of formatting, we should know what is formatting. Now formatting actually, in a very simple term, means you are changing the appearance of something. Okay, if you are changing the appearance of something, for example, you are changing the appearance of a text, you are making it look good, you are making it look presentable, that is termed to your formatting. Because whenever first you type a text, it doesn't look good. Okay, it looks very dull, it looks boring. So in today's date, no one wants to see something which is boring. So if you want to make something presentable means something which is very eye-catching, then you have to do certain kinds of formatting, and that formatting features has to be there in software. If the software has a very limited features of formatting, then even you have a lot of creativity, but you cannot apply those things in your text. So that is why MS Word has around more than 1500 features which can apply in your text. It depends upon the user's choice and the user's caliber, that how they are applying those formatting. So formatting actually, in a very simple term, means changing the appearance and making it more presentable than what it was earlier. Okay, and there are various types of formatting when it comes to an MS Word. So you can do a paragraph formatting, you can do a character formatting, you can do a linked formatting, you can do a table formatting, and you can do a list formatting. Now this doesn't mean that you'll get an option of formatting, paragraph formatting or character or link formatting. What does it mean? That you can apply formatting in these particular things. You can apply formatting in your paragraph, in your characters, in your linked, in your tables, and in your styles. So whatever you are doing in a Word, mostly we work with a text in a MS Word. So whenever we are working with the text, we can apply all the formattings which are given to us. Maybe within we are changing our colors, or we are changing the size, or we are changing certain margins or spacings or anything else. Okay, so there are various types of formatting which can be applied to this particular things. Okay, now let me take you to the practical directly. Now I have a blank document over here, so let me show you the primary things. Now this file, home, insert, design, these are actually called ribbons. Please remember this, these are called ribbons. The spelling of the ribbon is like this. Okay, so let me increase the size for some of you. Understood? So in ribbons we have your file, home, insert, design, layout, references, mailing, review, view, help. In this particular video I am using the MS Word 2016, which is one of the, not latest also, but you can call it as latest also, because it has the almost around 95% features of the latest MS Word. Okay, so these are ribbons. So each of the every ribbon has certain tabs. So we call this as a file tab, home tabs, insert tab, design tab, and so on and so forth. Now every tab other than the file tab have groups. Okay, for example, home tab has a group, clipboard, font group, paragraph group, styles group, and editing group. Now every group has certain tools. So there is a paste tool, cut tool, copy tool, and format painter tool in your clipboard. In your font group we have your font family group, we have a font size group, and we have your cases group, we have a clear formatting group, we have a font color group, we have a bold, italic, and underline group, then we have strike through, then subscript and superscript. Okay, and we have in paragraph group we have the alignments group, then we have the spacing group, then over here we have the fill group, then the borders group, paragraph group, okay, sorting group, indent group, and the list group. In the styles, these are the default templates, or we can say the templates which you have been given by the MS Word, which you can apply in your text. I am going to show it to you how to apply it and how to make your own styles, and later on you can use those styles in any of the text that you wanted. And in the editing section we have three different tools, which are your find tool, replace tool, and your select tool. So for today's video I am going to show you regarding this home tab and the groups, how to use those things. Okay, so let me clear this. The first and foremost you need to learn in your what you can say is MS Word is your shortcut keys. It's very important to learn shortcut keys. Okay, now shortcut keys, what are shortcut keys? Shortcut keys are the keys in which you do not use your mouse, rather than mouse you use your keyboard. So I'm going to specify few of the shortcut keys. So number one, for copy it is Ctrl plus C. Okay, now for paste we have is plus V. Number 3, for cut we have CTRL plus X. Okay, for underline we have CTRL plus U. For bold we have CTRL plus B, and I think 6 is much enough for you. And for middle, or for center alignment we have CTRL plus E. Okay, so I want you to learn all these shortcut keys. Okay, let me make it bold and make it a little bit bigger. So these are the shortcut keys that you need to learn. Okay, Because what are shortcut keys? Shortcut keys are the keys in which we do not use mouse. Rather than mouse, we use keyboards in order to perform certain tasks. So for copy, we use Control C. For paste, we use Control V. For cut, we use Control X. For underline, we use Control U. For making it bold, we use Control B. And for middle or center alignment, we use Control E. Now there is different kind of shortcut keys also. For example, if you want to select certain paragraph, for example, over here, I'm writing over here, okay, good morning students. Okay, so I want to select this whole line, okay, without using mouse. Is first you have to go to the first text, understood? Not the first text but the first alphabet. Then you need to press shift button. After you press the shift button, then you need to use your arrow keys. So use your right arrow key and go all the way till your S. Okay, so this is the way through which you can select certain sentences, certain text, certain characters without using your mouse. Okay, so that was your shortcut keys. Now let me talk regarding few of the things. So I'll write Greendale Senior Secondary School over here. Now this is your, over here if you see at the bottom, this is your zoom tool. Okay, so if I click on the plus sign, it's going to zoom it a bit more. Okay, so over here, now this is, I'm going to increase the size. So if I want to increase the size, I'll use this one. Okay, increase font size. If you look at it, it's going to increase the font size. Okay, then I want to change the font family. Please remember this is a font family. So it is Calibri right now, so I want to make it Times New Roman. So I'm going to change it like this. Okay, after that I want to make it bold, so I'm going to press B over here. This is going to make it bold. Okay, and if I want to keep it in the center, this is the way. Understood? Now what if I want to change the color of this text? So in order to change the color of the text, go over here. Right now it is automatic, so if you want to change it to any color you want, just go over here and do everything. Now you want to remove everything. Okay, after you've seen this, you want to remove everything. Is either you can use this for this tool. Okay, clear formatting. If I click on this clear all formatting, now see it has removed everything. Other way you can use is by doing undo also, which is Control Z. Okay, so for undo, I'm going to write it over here. For undo, it is CTRL plus Z. Now the problem with this undo is, now see, if I use all this thing, if I click on this thing, everything got changed. But if you want to see the changes or see the if you go back, you want to go back step by step, then how to do it is, if I press Ctrl Z, then look over here, see it's going back step by step. So if you want to go back step by step, then you need to do your Ctrl Z for undo. But if you want to clear everything, then you can use the clear all formatting. Now the next one, which are strike through, superscript and subscript. So strike through means, for example, I have written what I can say is, I have written like this. Instead of writing O, I have written A over here. Now I know this is a spelling mistake. Now if we do something like this in your copy, we underline, we go through that particular line and we'll say that this particular word is incorrect. Okay, so how to do that thing in your particular document is by using this tool, strike through. Okay, so strike through is going to make a line across your particular text saying that this particular text is incorrect or misspelled. Okay, you can use this. Now the next one, which is your subscript and superscript. So let me talk about subscript. Now subscript, in science we know that the water chemical name is H2O. Okay, the chemical name for water is H2O. Let me make this an okay. For instance, I'll just make it caps lock and do O. Now H2O, but O should not be written like this. O should be at the top. Okay, so how to make this O go at the top or at the bottom is, sorry, it should not be at the top, but it should be at the bottom. So whenever you are doing a subscript, sub means it is going down. Okay, remember that, just like a submarines is going to make that particular text go down. So how to do that is select that particular text and this one, subscript. So if I press on subscript, look over here, it has changed that particular number into a base element or a base number. Okay, now when it comes to a superscript, for example, in match, for example, I want to write 4 to the power 3. Now it looks like 4 is within the brackets and outside the bracket there is 3 and looks like a 43. Okay, but what I actually try to mean is like 4 to the power 3. Okay, now how to do that, or how to make this 3 go at the top, is by using a superscript, which is this one. Okay, so if I click on this one, now it goes at the top. But remember that once you click on this one, it does not get you have done this superscript. Then afterwards, if you type anything, for example, if you type like school over here, now look, even, sorry, my goodness, the spelling, even the text over here has become a superscript. So how to make these changes again? Disable the superscript, then it is going to remain like that. It's going to come normal. Okay, so this is the way through which you can use your superscript and subscript. I hope you understood this. A subscript is a tool which is going to make certain text or certain numbers go at the bottom, and whereas superscript is going to do the opposite of a subscript, which is going to make the numbers or a text go to the top. Okay, now the next formatting we have over here is, now let me again write this, Greendale School. Now after I've written this, I forgot to press caps lock. Okay, I forgot to press caps lock and it is coming like this, but I do not want like this. I want everything to become capital. Now if I start to delete again and redo each and everything, it is a waste of my time. So what to do is, rather than doing it things again, highlight this text, then go to cases, press on this particular arrow, then you're going to see sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, capital each word, and toggle case. Okay, so if I say uppercase, is going to make everything capital. If I say lowercase, is going to make everything small letters. If I say capitalize each word, then means the first letter, the first particular alphabet of each text is going to be capital. Over here in Greendale, G is capital, and in school, S is capital. Okay, and if I do a toggle case, it is the opposite of capitalize each word. That means other than the first alphabet, the rest of the things will become capitalized, whereas the first alphabet will become in lowercase. So if I press over here, see, it's just the opposite of that one. So I hope you understood this particular thing. Now the next one is, for example, let me go over here. You have written this text and you want to see what you have written is, you just need to press on this. This is going to text highlight color. So how you have to do is this way. If you want to say this is very important because you have seen, especially it comes handy when you are doing something official letters, and you want to say that in this particular official notification or a letter or this certain paragraph, these things are very important. Okay, so if you want to mark that particular thing, then this is the way. Okay, so this is the way through which you can say that this particular text is very important, or you want to highlight or make other people also know that this particular lines are important or these points are important, you need to highlight the text. And how to highlight text is this is by text highlighter. Okay, now I'm not going to talk regarding this tool because actually this tool is also very good in order to format your text, but why I'm not going to talk regarding this thing is because this tool is specially good if you have Microsoft 2016. If you have lower version than Microsoft 2016, that means MS Word 2016, then this tool you won't be able to see it because they have not enabled this tool in your 2010 version or your in 2012 version. Okay, so I'm not going to talk regarding this tool. Now the next tool over here, now let me make this. Now I hope you have understood this one. So I'm going to make it bold. Italic means it's going to make it slant, and underline means it's going to draw an underline over here. Okay, so I've written like this. I've increased everything. Okay, then over here I'm go over here. Then let me remove each and everything. For example, this is 12. Okay, and I've written like Tadung. Then over here I've written Gangtok Sikkim. Now I only want how the Greendale School is written, how it is made slant, underline, bold, and increased size. I want the same thing over here in Gangtok and Sikkim, but I do not want in Tadung. So how to copy that particular formatting and apply to the next text is just click over here in any of the text over here. Okay, you do not need to highlight also. Click anywhere over here, but not outside. Okay, over here, then press on the format printer. Click on format printer. If you click on this format printer, then after that it's going to copy it. Now you need to paste it. You need to select the text that you want to apply the formatting. Afterwards it's going to apply it. So this is the way how format printer works. A format printer is one of the tools which is going to copy all the formatting from one text or from one character to the other. Okay, I hope you understood this tool also. So next one, the next group that we are going to talk regarding today is the paragraph group. So for that we need a paragraph. So over here I'm going to type some random paragraphs. Okay, so this is a random function which is going to give me certain random paragraphs over here. So if I press enter over here, is going to give me some random paragraph. Okay, in random paragraph I have this alignment. So if I select this particular paragraph and change it, it's going to change the alignments. Now everyone knows what is a left alignment, center alignment, and the right alignment. Okay, but what does this alignment mean? Now this alignment, it is going to make this can you see this is it looks like a stair. Okay, it is not aligned. That means it's not in a straight line. So how to make this in a straight line is by using justify. Okay, the justify is going to make everything look as if it is in a square box. Okay, so let me select this one also. Now look over here, it is not aligned, it is not in a one like a box. Okay, so if I click on this justify, see, look, now everything is in a line. So this is the way through which you can write your application. Later on you can format your application to look very neat and clean. Okay, so justify is one of the tool which is going to align all the text and your characters as if it is inside a box. That means all the alignments from top, left, bottom, right will be equal. That means the margins which I'm going to talk later on in this particular chapter. It is one of the most important topics. So till today, for now, what you can understand is going to make each of the margins equal when justify tool is clicked. Okay, now the next thing is, if I select this one, okay, if I select this one and go over here, the line and paragraph spacing, it is going to increase the line with between the sentences. So if I click on this one, by default it is 1.0. okay, if I increase this, look over here, increasing more. See, this is going to increase your spacing between the text. Okay, and there is one more option which is your line spacing option. Okay, So if I click on this line spacing option, it is going to open this particular dialog box. Over here you have spacing. Okay, now if I after now see now sorry if I increase the size, make it 20. Okay, if I increase the size and make it 20 for the after, then we press OK, it is not going to increase the space within the sentences, rather it is going to increase the space within one paragraph to the other, or between from one space to the other, because there aren't no spaces between this text, so it is going to increase the space over here. Please remember this, the 20 space, this 20 space, what I'll do is I'll just insert a text over here. So the 20-inch space has been created over here. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to insert this kind of text box also. So the 20-inch text 20-inch has been increased between this particular thing, from document to make, between that the 20-inch has been increased, not between this particular paragraph. If you want to increase between this particular paragraph, then you have to use this particular lines. Okay, particular number, I mean to say this particular numbers, or you can add a space between before paragraph also. Okay, you can do this way also, or you can use this numbers. But if you want to see the space between from one paragraph to other, then you have to use the line spacing options. So I hope you understood the spacing features in a paragraph tool, I mean to say a paragraph group. Okay, the next one would be a list. So there are two kinds of lists. One is ordered list and another one is unordered list. So okay, so let me talk about unordered list. So this one are your unordered list. These are your unordered list. Sorry. Okay, for example, if I write A, B, and I can change it to any design I want. These are your unordered list. Okay, so if you want to have something new also, you can do this by clicking on the arrow and define new bullet. So it is going to open this one. It's going, if you click on the symbol over here, there are so many symbols that you can use. For example, if I say R like this, see, this particular symbol came. So these are your unordered lists. In unordered list, you won't find numbers, or you won't find alphabets, or you won't find numericals, any kind of things, you won't find it, but rather you find symbols in order to make certain points to it, from one point to other. If you want to sort it out like point 1 and point 2, rather than using numbers or alphabets, you can use your unordered list in which you have symbols. Okay, now the next one would be a ordered list. So in ordered list is just the opposite of unordered. So over here we have numbers. So if I click like this, sorry, so if I do like this, like 1, okay, or I can change it to any other design of numbers also, like this one, or Romans like this one, or in small cases like this one. Okay, so these are your ordered and unordered list. So there's one more list type which is called a multi-level list. Now in multi-level list, we create a list, then we have sub list, and so on and so forth. Okay, so how to, for example, like let's say, like if I make like this, in multi-level list I want, okay, I've used an unordered list, so I'm going to say animals. Okay, then over here I'm going to click it again, then I'm going to remove next one, and I'm going to click over here again. Then I'm going to say wild animals, then I'm going to say domestic animals. Okay, so two kinds of animals over here. I'm going to remove this, and over here I'm going to write first tiger, then click again to the same option. Now say tiger, lion, domestic, remove the cursor, remove the icon or the symbol, then click on the same multi-level list. Then I'm going to say dogs, cats. So this is your multi-level list in which you are going to create a topic, or you are going to create certain word to it, then it has a subword or subgroup, then that group also has another subgroup. So that is through which you can create a multiple groups. So in order to create a multiple group, or in order to have a sub points in for the main points, then you can use a multi-level list. Now you can also create your own multi-level list. Now how to do that is, if I click on this arrow, then if I click on this define a new multi-level list or define a new list style. Okay, so let me click on define a new list style. Then it's going to ask me what do you want to name it. So sorry, not list style, it is new multi-level list. So I'm going to say, okay, I want the first one to be, rather than solid, I want it to be like Roman numbers. Okay, can you see over here now the Roman number? The second sub has to be in, for example, like this diamond. Okay, the third one has to be in numbers, so I'm going to say 1 2 3. Okay, so let me make certain changes over here. For example, sorry, I said numbers, no, okay. So if I click on this one, now this one is in numerical, these were in I mean to say this one in Roman. So I'm going to change the font style. So let me make it like Times New Roman. Okay, it has to be bold, and the font size I'm going to give it 12. Then I'm going to press it OK. Now see, it has become a little bolder over here. If I click on 2, same over here. So 2, I'm going to make it bold, but this one will be little smaller than the earlier one, so I'm going to make it 10. Okay, and the third one I'm going to make this Times New Roman only. Okay, then make it bold, and this one will be 8. Okay, then I will click on OK. Now if I create the same thing like animals, then over here I'm going to click it over here again. Then I'm going to say wild animals, domestic animals. Then again go to the next topic, I mean to say the next point, click on the multi-level, go to the same multi-level list that I've created. Then over here I'm going to say tiger, then lion. Over here same thing again, dogs, cats. So this was a list which I created, okay, which was my formatting. Okay, I did not use the formatting which is given to me by default by the Microsoft Word, but I have used mine also. So this is also one of the powerful features through which you can create or customize your own multi-level list. Okay, so the next one is your indentations. Now what is indentations means? Indentations are certain spacing that you give over here. Now spacing doesn't mean the earlier spacing was from top to bottom. Okay, either it was above it or it was below it. Okay, now next spacing are from your left to right. So what does that mean is, I write the same thing again, like Greendale School over here. Now if I click on the first particular cursor or the first point, then click on this particular increase indent, then it is going to increase the indent. Now in order to see how much the indentation is working or how much it is going from one place to other, if you want to see that, then you need a ruler. Now how to enable a ruler is you need to go to a view tab, then check this ruler. Okay, now see the ruler has came over here. Okay, so let me go to the home tab and increase the indent. Now see, look at the ruler. Okay, see it is going by 0.5, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. So this is how you are going to move from one location to the other within the page. Rather than using a space, now see, if I click on space bar from my keyboard, see over here the margin, this particular icon is not moving. So what it happens is whenever you are doing certain print, instead of the design that you have made, it is not going to be it's not going to come in a printed format that you wanted. Okay, why is because of that? Is because of the margins and indentations. So if you do not use the proper margins and indentations, your particular design or your particular text won't look neat, or it won't look the way you wanted it. So so in order to do these things, rather than pressing space bar, it is very important, or tab, it is very important that you use a indent. So indent is going to work with a ruler so that it won't create a confusion. So I hope you understood the increase or decrease indent. That means it's going to increase space from one section to the other with the help of a ruler. So whenever a ruler is used in order to increase the spacing, it's going to adjust with the margins of your documents. The margins are actually, these are your spacing within our documents. There is a margin at the top, bottom, left and right. Okay, so it is going to work and adjust according to the margins. By default there are certain margins to it. If you want to look at it, it looks like this. Normal, the top is 1, left is 1, bottom is 1 and right is 1. So everything is 1 over here. Top spacing is 1, left and right over here is 1 and 1, and the bottom is 1. So this ruler is going to adjust the indentation according to the margins it is given by default in your document. So but rather than using the real ruler or indentation, if you try to increase or customize your own spacing, then later on it's going to create a problem whenever you're trying to print it out, or you are going to open it into another version of your Microsoft Word. For example, I've created this in 2016. I'm opening the same text in year 2005 or in 2007 or in 2010. Then it's the completely design going to be a different. Then again I have to redesign that thing in that particular version. So not to repeat this again, we should always use indentations, because indentation is going to adjust with the margins and to work along with the rulers that you have in your MS Word. Okay, I hope you understood this indentations and everything. Okay, now the next one is your this one particular fill. It is going to be used whenever you are using table. So whenever I'm working with a table, I'm going to show you how to use this fill, and same goes with the borders also. Now these are your paragraph. Okay, so if I create another paragraph, see, so I press on enter, the more spacing that I've done is going to put a mark. It's just like a bookmark. Okay, so it's going to create a bookmark for me saying that over here you have made certain, that is the end of your line, and from here you have gone to the next line. So in order to remind me or show me that from this particular line your line has ended and you're going to the next line, if I want to see that, then I have to use this paragraph tag. Okay, so let me uncheck this one and let us go to the styles group. Now in this styles group there are so many styles over here by default. So let me remove everything. So if I select this one, go over here, then you can see that I can use all the styles which are by default over here. But what if you want to create your own style? Rather than using the default styles that it is given to you by the MS Word, if you want to use your own styles, then there is an option of clear a style. I mean to say create a style, not clear a style, create a style. So I'm going to create a style or check over here this one, and I'm going to say my custom style. Okay, I'm going to press over here. So in this my custom style, I want to make Times New Roman, I want to make it bold, the color has to be this way, then I'm going to increase the size like this much, and everything has to be in the center. Understood? Now if I go back, then press, for example, if I do like this, then do a clear formatting, okay, then I have the another maybe then I have maybe another paragraph over here. So see over here, so if I click on the my style that I have created over here, I can work over here. Sorry, something happened over here. Sorry, I need to modify this, so I will increase the time. I can change the center, Gothic, make it 16, element has to be in the center, I'll make it bold, and automatic I'll make it low. Okay, now if I want the same thing over here, over here, then I've already created this particular style, then I'll just need to scroll down, then I have this over here, style 1. Okay, so if I click on this one, this is how you can create your own styles. I hope you understood the style section. And in this find section, if I click on this one, it's going to find certain words for me. For example, if I type over here online, now see, it is highlighted how many words are there online. Okay, if I'm saying replace, then I can replace from online. I want downline. If I want to say replace, see, it just replaced everything what has been found. Okay, these are the few things. And the select one is going to select all, or this one is for select object. That means it's going to select shapes over here, which I have not showed to you. I have not gone to that particular section, and later on we are going to go to that particular section and also see how to insert shapes and everything. So for today, this much is enough for you. I hope you understood this particular video. If you have any problems or any doubts, do message me in the WhatsApp. Okay, so I'm going to later on solve your particular doubts or clear your doubts. Okay, thank you, students.